Hello guys, it is me, Asukatana, and today I'm going to be playing Doki Doki Literature Club. And like the warning below is saying, this game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. And I've seen some of the videos on it. I haven't watched gameplay yet, so this is actually going to be my first time going in, and I'm going to be mostly blind, though I do have some information on this, because, I watched game theory on it. I was like, cool, I'm going to play it now. So yeah, individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing the game. For content warnings, please visit. I have both anxiety and depression. I have both of them, so that's fun. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you are at least 13 years of age, and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. I love highly disturbing content, and I am 18, so I agree. Team Savato. The game is not suitable for children. I got that. Alright, give me one second. Alright, let's hop into this load game. I keep seeing these on my games. Should I just press load game? No, I'm gonna press new game. Wait, I have to put down a name. I'm gonna put down Your Majesty again. What, can I not do spaces? Is that not a Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from a distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. The girl is Sayori. I'm sorry if I say that horrendously wrong, but my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I'd get tired of waiting up. If she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you're thinking about ignoring me. It's mean, Your Majesty. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have any need to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. That was spelled wrong. Well, maybe it was supposed to be spelled that way. Maybe I'm just dumb. We cross the street together and make our way to school. This is gonna be a horror game at the end, okay? Don't judge me. It's supposed to look like this, and one of the characters commits suicide. I know. It's horror. Hang on. I can't delete it. Oh. That's very cool, seriously. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Your Majesty, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of your many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average, while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now. But I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What's a NEET? NEET. Not engage in education, employment, or training. That's funny. Alright. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me if you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease my mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. As I pick up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I'm gonna give Sayori a voice now. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you. Okay, I give up. I'm already too much. I thought I'd catch you coming out of classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. Smiling. You don't need to wait for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of a literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did because she thought it'd be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. That's funny, actually. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! I just eat the frosting on the top first, and then I do that. River, what you doing? River, baby! What you doing? River! River! Come here, baby. What you doing, huh? I know you're excited about the mouse that you saw earlier, but I doubt that was the mouse. At least I hope not. I mean, I'm not drinking all the soda, but still. But anyway, I like to eat the frosting off the cupcakes first, and then I eat the bread of the cupcake. I lick it all off and then eat the bread. I don't like eating it any other way, to be honest. I don't even like splitting it in half like you're supposed to. River, what you doing, baby? Come here. River. 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 River, come here! River! River! River, come here. River. River, come here. Come here. You made me drop my pillow. Come here. It's okay. Alright, fine. I'll let you look for the mouse still. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Bro, same. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Oh wow, thanks girl too. Way to kill the atmosphere. I hope you know that you, kill the atmosphere, girl 2. Oh, your majesty, what a nice surprise. Thank you, girl 1 and girl 3. Welcome to the club. Always escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back to the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears terribly more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And I think you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Your Majesty. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talk. But we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuine feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Your Majesty. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened, so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens a closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Ooh! Ooh, whoa, I don't know. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Oh, that's it. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry up and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with a mouthful and has already managed to get icing on her face. Sounds like me! I apparently can get food on my forehead and I literally eat the food calm. And I still get it up there for somehow. Like, nobody even knows how physically possible. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers looking for the best thing to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. But why are you thanking me? It's not like I haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe, but not for you, You, dummy. Bro, what is her problem? Alright. I gave up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismissed the conversation. She needs to take a chill pill. Natsuki needs to take a chill pill. Remember, thought there was a mouse at the doorway and she started to attack the door. She's like, fine. Oh wow, but you listen to her, but not. Anyway, give me one more millisecond, guys. Alright. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of X question. Something told me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet. Sayori seemed really happy here, so it's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? And it all went downhill from here. As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. Monica seems cool for now, but wait until she causes all of them to die. I know too much. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling my dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. What? It grabs my attention. I'm offended. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. Alright, one stick. Alright, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same girl. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by a new member girl, though I still don't really know if I can keep up with her level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Your Majesty, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself after a bit. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her writing. She seems so reserved and timid since a moment. I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination and completely throw you for a loop? She's very deep right now. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped onto something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. With someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that, but if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, usually like... Wait a second. Never mind. Kinda sus. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Then give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Theory style pulls up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess I sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you show them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. You have the writing experience too. Maybe if you share some work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share first. I guess it's the time. It's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all head home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, I'll share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it, Sayori. Monica. Long sentences? Okay. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little bit more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Your Majesty? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topics of me joining the club, I bluntly come forward to explain all my mind the entire time. I never thought I would join the club. Sir may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made the decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Your Majesty, River! You all, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing the prose is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Alright, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Oh my one the eyes girls love it. They all come back up at the same time. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. I would too, if you would. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Your Majesty, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Oh yeah, it is supposed to be wrote that way. I'm done. Anyway, yeah. Can I really impress the class through Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Your Majesty, since we were already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a local club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Foreshadowing. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member would like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Agonizing, rose, spinning, fear, dark, raindrops, extraordinary, cage, vanilla, ocean, vitality, harpy, chocolate, embrace, horror, starscape, headphones, judgment, dream, comfort. Hi again, Your Majesty. Glad to see you didn't run away on us, hahaha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already here now. Thanks for keeping your promise, Your Majesty. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you'd even want to join in the club this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan just to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and Minga. Minga is literature. I agree. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Your Majesty always gives his best as long as you're having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. I even set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? Oh, she looks a little jealous. I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Your Majesty can be good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori is oblivious to the weird situation she put me into. Uh-oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. But any nice guy sure can use a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reached into her bag and pulled out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book on fighting women to it. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How's this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica's to kick off. Kick off some scheduled activities for this club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down into Yuri's desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me. But I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and get listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the clubs though. Well, we can't give up. Festivals are a chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place, even if it's a literature event. So it's more fun to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, And after they show up, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. Huh, that's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. They worked out perfectly. But it wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes is though. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her youthful self. And therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all. Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I ended up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. I opened my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the nappy club. Does our school have a nappy club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in the club, you gotta have less time for anime, You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I go into my shoulder and see Monica over. It's true, though. Yeah. Bro, the true though. I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. It's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Sayori glances around herself. How is it written all over me? Bro, she seems like me right now. You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair's sticking out all around here. I run my fingers tips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need to brush this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I just really don't care about that. Hey, you meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think that you don't have a boyfriend yet? It's super mean. Sorry, you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking about how it is to have a friend who does this kind of thing. Eh? Don't say that. You'll make me feel one about stupid. It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this, aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why does it sound so hard to close? I should go to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. Sigh. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed to me that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Yeah, don't say that, lady. Okay. Anyway, you look much better now, so. Why does it feel strange to see Sayori blazer button up like that? It's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons the blazer much more. Phew! I think that's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and pulls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Eh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyways, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. But I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Monica suddenly calls out, why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! Your Majesty, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I fail to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why did you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaves torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I feel the same myself. Sayori. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all. Oh my goodness! This is so good, Your Majesty! I love it! I had no idea you're such a good writer. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe in Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Or you like it just because I wrote it? Yeah? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a Your Majesty poem. And it makes it extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet. That doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Your Majesty. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying these things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I'm doing it. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning makes me feel like you must be kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleep from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me? To wish away a rainy day, I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I won't hurt you. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least it makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It's like, just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last time. I made eggs and toast. even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. I guess there's no point in arguing. I'm not like that. River, it's okay. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah, but next time I won't forget, and I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Almost do Yuri next. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes more than enough time for her to finish reading. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. That's me. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? What do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes, and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kinda learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the public matter, and they form the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It may take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Netsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. That's fine. I'm sure Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or not to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles sternly, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light, the tendrils of my hair beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry? I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking about that at all. It looks like you took a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. Actually, I think your handwriting is good. It is. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it really is descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since I first time sharing, I want you to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Uh-huh. Actually, the story's not about a ghost at all, you notice, Yuri. I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, the poets have to express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or picture. Another hint at something? What is she trying to tell me? In this case, perhaps the subject of this poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and seem to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. What makes me happy that you think that? Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Natsuki. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. Basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. You want to get smacked? I'll pass. Sigh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can move, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't going to like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. It's actually not bad. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because Everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard, like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is to put more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhythm at the end, but then you made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but my city is feeling proud that I can take that away from her. And then Monica. Hi, Your Majesty. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, do you have any suggestions for the club? Like new activities or things that we can do better? I'm actually listening. I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I won't be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Your Majesty. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But if that's our barrier, we'll all learn to get past it. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my phone. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case. But maybe there's also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, you sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that fits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kind of styles, but I always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who comes to me not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I know what you mean. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole and wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend, I'll never know. I was at home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. A real blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of a meaningless image. Just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. He on the other side was looking in. Huh, so what do you think? It's very freeform if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. There's a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between the words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say off some kind of anthem recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. Oh my god! How MatPat was talking about how, like, she knew that she was a game. This is foreshadowing. This is foreshadowing. This is some good foreshadowing that they're putting. I love this so far. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about stuff like that, because it's coming out strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, there's Monica writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll get a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. It was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sighed. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My Iceland and Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki just civilly returns the poem for the desk at home. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I don't know. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? She's thinking too hard. She's looking too hard into this, Natsuki. Thanks, but it really didn't turn out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. People did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Your Majesty did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time deciding for my writing style. I don't expect this to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Your Majesty liked my poem too. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so interested in trying to impress our new member. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Your Majesty appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? Were you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boob magically grew a size bigger as soon as Your Majesty started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls come toward me, as if they just noticed I was standing. Your Majesty! She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't happen in the first place. Oh lord. What's the point of making your poems all convulsive if you're not reader? Yeah? I mean, you should have jumped out at the reader, not force him to figure it out. Let me explain that to her, Your Majesty. Wait! There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. The only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily lowering yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Your Majesty? Well... How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I go with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Help me, Sayori. Natsuki glares at me, dying, trying up any word that turn to Yuri. Yuri's expression is so defenseless I can't bring myself to say anything to Sayori! Yeah, everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Your Majesty. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to inject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that here is set in person. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why. Exactly why nobody likes. Stop! Silence. Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems are amazing because they give you something that feels just like you would. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in them. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with them. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Anyway. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a order of expansion. Oh, make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president, whispered Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, it might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I can't even bring myself into yet. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. No, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in all ways, isn't it? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see herself get hurt. Foreshadowing once again. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing homes? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Your Majesty, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your homes will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of homes everybody likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job of testing out my own first. And not to myself with newfound determination. Your Majesty, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent so much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. Yeah, what do you mean? You know, between your and does this kind of thing happen often? No. It's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Your Majesty, it's nice I get to spend time with you in the club. I think seeing you get along with everyone else is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. Looks like Sayori still hasn't gotten to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone's nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I put a cat sitting on my shoulder. I said that more to myself than her. It's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. So I'm gonna get close to Sayori first. Okay. Let's try to convince her. Sayori. Feather. Amazing. Everyone's juice. Here. Bruh. Bruh. Good person. Universe. Bruh! Kawaii. Idolizing. Vivid. Destiny. Extraordinary. Mouse. I'm terrible. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual string greets me. Hi, Your Majesty. Yo, Sarah. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in bed, that's all. I see. It's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things that get in me. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason. I just wanted to look at it. Thoroughly, nervously retrieves her phone purse. She fumbles the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets it come in hers and spill on the desk. Make 2 small coins fall off. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry or want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to completely forget that you spent all your money, so I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that leaves the one option. You give up. It'll make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. It's done that 3 times at least now.
When did you get a Mountain Dew?
River back. Finley back too. You're some giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Your Majesty to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. Frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, the suffering is far fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. Suffering. Retribution. the foreshadowing and hints are coming up. It's gonna turn into a horror game. Like, you're too absorbed into my book. Oh. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and I have to accept the retribution. That! Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what to do. The little devil inside each of us. There's so many clues inside the words of the game itself. It's really cool. I'm loving this club. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she would bring me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into meeting you. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. What? Kaya? Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the rest. What was... A cookie! Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances at it. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution! Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna do it too. But then I heard you blab about the cookie. It was totally worth seeing your reaction there. Natsuki! That's so nice of you! I'm so happy! Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. So good. Oof. Sayori suddenly claps her hand over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Oh, you looks really good. Looks really good too. Natsuki, can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yo, why do you think I gave you that one? Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and gives me her Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand. Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly winks and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Laughful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Ugh. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you ever heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't heard either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. Probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me! Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Oh, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. Makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must have not heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? Wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. It's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Your Majesty. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing the walk a whole lot recently, and I really love the chance to share once I'm ready. Okay. I guess best of luck. Thanks! So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I truthfully hope your ears must be Scopity. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow finished her entire cookie. Yuri's back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Your Majesty. Sayori suddenly comes up to me. I'm gonna go get some supplies from another classroom. Want to come along with me? Supplies? What for? Well, you know how the festival's coming up. I mean, Monica, we're gonna make some posters and stuff. So I need to find some crayons and markers and glue sticks. I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Yay! Okay, Monica, we'll be back soon. Oh, are you going to Your Majesty to get the supplies? There's no need to trouble himself. I'd be happy to go with him. Oh, but I wanted to go. It's so much fun exploring up the classrooms and stuff. Okay. It was just a suggestion. See if you can find poster paper too, okay? Okay. Ready, Your Majesty? I thought I was gonna have to pick between them for a second. I was like, I'm not ready. Yep, let's go. But I'm gonna pick Sayori anyways. Sayori and I exit the club room. I follow behind as Sayori hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Hey Sayori, what exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure who you would make an event out of literature. Me and Monica have it all planned out. Don't you worry. Is that so? Yep. We're gonna do a poetry performance. A performance? Of what kind? Well, everybody's gonna take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems. Ah, sounds kind of dull. Your Majesty, you're not thinking about it the right way at all. It's not just about reading poetry, it's about performing them. Like you say the lines of the poem like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem freeing from its flaming words, caressing the fine well-dealer's moments between my fingers. But to what end have I suddenly this door? And now I look in every direction, the once prosperous field before me. It's but a barren wasteland? Like that. Sayori, where do I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. You meanie. I'm working super hard on this, you know. I know. I just meant it's putting an ordinary contrast to your cute self. Don't say it, it's embarrassing. But I guess I'm just doing a good job. Yeah, I guess so. I'm so excited. The festival is going to be so much fun. Sayori spins herself around in the hallway again. Hey, Your Majesty, this classroom over here is empty. Let's begin the mission. The mission, eh? It's been a long time since I spent time with Sayori like this. But in the end, she hasn't changed one bit. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine, drawing happy vibes from the world around her. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. And the years went by. I would begin to hold myself in my room more and more. So going adventuring with Sayori brings about a special sort of feeling I forgot I had in me. The two of us enter the classroom. Sayori heads straight to the closet and I follow. Let's see what we have in here. Crayons! Sayori pulls a box full of crayons off the shelf. They're the best brand too. They're kind of dirty though. Sayori starts pulling various crayons out of the box, reading the color names. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted. We still need to find... Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. Fine. Then at least move aside so you can look for the poster paper. Ah, I dropped one by accident. Smack. Hiya. I probably said that really weird. Sayori bends over and smacks her forehead right into the shelf. She falls to the floor and the crayons spill out all over her lap. You okay? My forehead. Sayori clutches for her forehead. Geez, Sayori. It's just like you, isn't it? Oh, let me see. Since Sayori is sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hands, Sayori. But it hurts. Just do it for a second. Sayori slowly releases her hands from her forehead. Oh my god, this image! I gently brush her paint stick aside. Ow! Sorry. There's a huge red mark on the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. Man, it's gonna swell up. I should find you some ice. Your Majesty, where would I even find ice around this time? I guess a cold drink would do. You don't have to. I'm fine with looking like a unicorn. Even when too from pain, Sayori makes a silly joke. What are you saying? I'll be right back, okay? Okay. Pat Sayori on the shoulder and run out into the hallway. I'm gonna be right back. I need a drink of water. My throat is literally killing itself. I also notice I will be back in a couple of minutes. Give me one more second.
It's the only way.
Anyway, sorry, my friend just sent me a message saying he's gonna pour 10,000 ferrets down my trousers because he's from the UK.
It was the only way out.
One more second.
Whatever that guy's name was, the one with the Japanese or Asian.
Anyway,
Oh my god.
I pat Sayori on the shoulder and run out into the hallway.
Not
I
even
locate the nearest vending machine. What should I get? It doesn't really matter since it'll be used as an ice pack rather than to drink. But I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I purchased that one. In just a moment, I'll be returning the glass from where I left Sayori. She has one palm on her forehead and is using the other hand to calmly scoop crayons back into the box. At least they were already in the wrong spots before I spilled them. Sayori, here. I hand Sayori the bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. Sayori opens the cap and starts drinking from it. Sayori, what are you doing? It's for your head. Ah, sorry, I forgot. How hard did you hit your head? Sayori places the bottle against the bump on her head. It stings. Spare a bit, don't feel better soon. It looks like you cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. But, Your Majesty, this kind of reminds you of growing up, doesn't it? What do you mean? You know how we used to play outside all the time? I would always try to keep up with you. You're kind of oblivious in some ways. Like, I usually fell behind or had trouble climbing on the things you did. But sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't, I get myself hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself or get a bump. One sec. I have to fix my stupid thing. I'm comfortable in the chair. This is close enough. I have prime folding pads. Alright. Ah, my leg. Okay. Scoot closer. Ow! My finger. And I would start crying really hard. Ooh, there we go. Okay. There we go. I'm comfortable and I can read the screen. And you would rush over as quickly as you could. And you would try really hard to get me to stop crying. It was like you blamed yourself when we were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out. Even though it wasn't really your fault at all, you know? Did I really do that? Yes. You don't remember? Come to think of it, maybe I do remember a little bit. I guess I was always so focused on my games that I didn't pay enough attention to you. So in a way it was my fault. Kind of like this time too. If I wasn't rushing out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head. Your Majesty. I don't think you realize it, but you're always thinking about other people, even after all these years. You're rushing to help me, even though I'm just being clumsy. You're really a sweetheart. Don't call me that. And I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I even know it, I'm treating you like that. I guess that's what's happened when you've been friends for so long. Really? Maybe you're right. Your Majesty, I'm so glad that nothing's changed between us. Do you think it'll be like this forever? Forever? If I'm honest with myself, there's no telling where we'll each end up for college, or after that. So it wouldn't be fair for me to make any promises, but, well, I hope so. It's been this long already, right? I can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up. I'm so happy. Sayori has a whimsical expression in her eyes. We remain silent for a moment. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside, but when I see her deep in thought like this, it makes me not want to disturb her. I guess we should go back. I don't want you to worry Monica, you know? I don't want to worry Monica, you know? Good luck with that. She's gonna see your forehead either way. Not by hundreds of my bangs. Fairy hops to her feet. She clutches her forehead again. Don't stand up so fast after hurting yourself. Well, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. I follow Sayori out of the classroom. Sayori plays with her bangs to try to hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the club room. Oh, you're back. Good timing. I was just about ready to start sharing our poems. Sayori, your forehead. She's fine. Don't you worry about it. I was playing with crayons to smack my forehead into the shelf. Well, anyway, are you able to find everything you needed? I have it right. Sorry if practically guarantee the renders up. Forgot all the stuff! Copy down, Sayori. I have it all right here. I found the place for you to do. Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, Your Majesty. Well, Sayori. I feel like I'm a good excuse for Sayori. I made it an adventure. Yeah, that. Okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Me too. Okay, everyone. Are you ready to share your poems? Guess I should grab mine. After making sure the clearing box closed tightly, I returned to my seat. Let's go with Sayori first. Your Majesty, I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. I'm not hiding anything, but your poems are so good. Yesterday's in this one too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so. No way! Not even Natsuki. Well, I guess Natsuki's least likely to admit how she likes something, but I don't think it's that. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. What? Stop thinking about weird things, idiot. I just mean that you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? But you somehow make everything in your life an adventure. Even the little things, like cooking. Let's not talk about that. So yeah. I guess what I'm saying is I can feel more feelings through you than I can feel through myself. My brain's not working anymore. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. I don't know if I understand. Sigh. You never understand when I try to explain things to you, do you, Sayori? I pat Sayori's head. Hey! I'm not a kid, you know. Are you sure about that? Maybe. Sayori starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands. Hey, Your Majesty, will you give me your poem? I kinda wanna keep it. Huh? Why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Sayori, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Sigh. Are you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home. Really? Snap. I broke my pencil. Sayori hastily bends down to pick up the piece sheet up. But being inattentive of her surroundings, she bumps right into it. Sorry. It's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down to pick up the broken pencil. Sayori clutches the desk beside her just for herself, knees shaking. I'm a little clumsy today. Let's sit down, Sayori. Yeah. I grabbed Sayori's arm and helped her sit at the desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. But it's not as good as yours. Jeez, don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. I pop off my scalp. It sounds terrifying. It's terrifying imagery. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my palm and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. There's no time to waste. I put it in the bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, and bottles all in a row. Seems kinda sus. My collection makes me a lot of friends, each a bottle, each starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way, down comes a bottle to save the day. After night, more dreams, friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off of my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. An empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frequently pull them from my shelf one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let the one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who won't smile. They're all shouting something. But all I hear is echo, inside my head. They're all shouting, pleading something. It's kind of crazy. Holy crap. Sarah, did you really write this? Of course I did. Did I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings lately. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to being cheerful. Well, never mind. Thinking too hard about it. Point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. You even helped me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah. Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Clary's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. Seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Alright, let's do next Suki. Well, it's not really worse than your last one. But I can't say better either. Huh? Few what? Well, anything that isn't like I'll take it though. And I get the feeling you'll probably really be most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment. Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, something tells me next to do. Completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. You think so? Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might as well be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way, if it weren't for me, she would probably just fly around like letting go of a balloon. You could say we just take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Each time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. She likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried to not let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross, she's gross, the world is better off without spider legs. And I'm gonna tell everyone. So, basically what I'm getting from this poem is vibes of like, if you don't follow us, you're out. Shme. Not bad, right? That's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes it can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone agree that the subject of this poem is ignorant bird? You know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks about mine. That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out that make fun of you or think less of you. Failure just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes, as long as they're not hurting anyone, it makes them happy. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking what they think. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. I'm sure lots of other people can too. That's what I do best after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. Let's go to Yuri. I'm gonna have to leave soon, I actually have something to do soon. Let's see what you've written for today. Well done, Your Majesty. Your skills are already improving. Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from me, that means a lot. Yeah? It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry so much if it seems like you can't get your own poem to feel too perfect. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like you're turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings, and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate experience, I see. There's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, an example of it if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this a poem you wrote for today? You're not intimately hinting at a poem. raccoon. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttling of a raccoon outside my windows. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread and was unconscious, well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was a symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects not much more light off of my cutting. Okay, before I continue the poem, because I'm gonna need a break for a moment anyway. A while ago, I was thinking about Poppy Playtime, and I was like, what if the images that show up on the desk screens, like the words, aren't actually like someone speaking to you, but memories that you had because you used to be an employee and you were actually there when it happened. So it seems like it's possibly memories. Anyway, just from when the whole thing happened, you're just remembering the incidents. Kind of like PTSD. You don't remember it fully, but you remember it somewhat. And there are parts that come back in death, or whatever, you know. Anyway, the moon increments its place and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto a minimally satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to follow me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Oh! Conditioning? Feeding it to myself instead of the excited raccoon that follows you around. That must mean something, right? Like, what if, like, according to game theory, they're actually stuck in this area? And it's actually her being, like, conditioned to where, like, food gets presented. And she feeds herself. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's alright. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to be. Well, I think it's something that different people relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it makes me feel to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's also sort of things I usually force myself to keep. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Cover up. Oh, that's funny. Did Masuki also write something about that? That someone being ridiculed for a strange interest? She did? Ridiculed for a strange interest. That also might mean, like, third eye. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anything. Another interesting thing. She's right. I mean, did she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you do have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seems like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Alright, now Monica. Hi again, Your Majesty. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright, it's pretty good. It makes me think of Sayori, like the other one you wrote. You two are like the dynamic duo. That's kind of exaggerating it. Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her even in this club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy, it's just... I'm just teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone. But Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time. And you can talk to me every now and then, too. I'm not, like, unapproachable or anything, am I? No, it's nothing like that. I'm just still getting used to being here, that's all. Yeah. I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that. No, don't worry. I get what you're saying. Well, alright. But anyway, you want to read my poem, though? I like this one the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. Colors won't stop. Bright, flashing, bright, beautiful, flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. That's the main colors used on a computer. Also, aren't those usually used for tests? Noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating wave force. What's with that? The way that's written. Maybe that's just the way it's written. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. That's a triangle thing, if I remember. Or some angle thing. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. Endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Load me? I'm confused. Noise. So the light's the noise. Colors. Bright, flashing, noise, violent grating. Huh. They're all going dark today. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I wrote it. Maybe they're trying to tell me what's going on, but don't really know necessarily all the way, or they just can't exactly tell me all the way without getting to plot. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just kind of a thing I never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with space on my paper. Choosing where and how the space words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote these lines really short makes them feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with a reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When it happens, don't forget to save your game. Don't forget to save your game. You never know when that might change your mind, or something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Music change. Thanks for listening. Okay, everyone. The music changed. Am I like schizophrenic right now? Or did other people do that? We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit in front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together for anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting new members. It's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparation. Don't worry as much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry! I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing! Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on posters because anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been in coloring the poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up yet? Well, I did. Did you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagining that Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. So I'll have to ask for them to recite the poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I've kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. We start the event and each put on a good performance. Then we'll inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's all about expressing new feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. Alright, give me 1 second. This game is taking 10 years. Anyway, hang on. That's right. Alright, that's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if that's all it takes, and if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is to help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around everyone else's expectant faces. So, I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone! You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. The death of me. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Maybe I'm just looking too much into things, but I don't know, it seems kind of sus to me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No, wait! Monica! This is too sudden! Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, what do you expect to do in front of strangers? No. Don't worry. I'll start off with to help everyone feel more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course! Now, let's see. Monica flips through her notebook for the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the poem. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before? Is she simply natural? Glance around me. One second. Anyway, I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. Force of his thought. Monica takes a breath, then smiles. Oh. That was so good, Monica! Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Huh? Yuri's all fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quietly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her voice. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce, confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns and structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her. She's as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start a plot. Everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. To applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Ah. Oops, sorry. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sarah is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like getting to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even your majesty liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery won't work as well. It needs a little more force behind it, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing this kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Then next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a lot. Why don't we have time before the festival? We don't have much time before the festival. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuge? Please, don't make me go before your majesty. It's not like I compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let your majesty lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki? How dare you? Natsuki? It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I read. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really pleased. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. This poem is called, but why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting? Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. But she's still a little enthused. Her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. Words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She hops back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, you do at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people. I mean, do it in front of other people would be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it'd be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess if that's the case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem, get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's just about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day! I can't wait! I can do this. Alright, sorry. Stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I do my best to get through it. It's for the sake of the club, and impressing Monica. But I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, I'm not supposed to respond to this. It's okay, Your Majesty. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I'll come with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. Today, Sayori's being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to, I mean, Sayori fumbles with her words. Let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You kind of put me on the spot here. Well, I would still walk home with Sayori. You really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Yeah? But she's so beautiful and smart. She is. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Your Majesty. You think too much about me sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so, Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure it out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point of speculating something that's never going to happen? Conversation trails off. Kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. But I want to respect him and keep her happy too. Again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what won't happen that time? Rose? Puppy. Oh my god. Rose. Romance. Where to go? Dance. Family. Precious. Secretive. Breathe. Sensation. Tears. Grief. Contamination. Judgment. Email. Crimson. Cry. Peace. Shopping. Ambient. Man. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. This is kinda sus right now. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember, the club wouldn't be here if it was for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all going to help me out for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Weren't you complaining about just yesterday the two people? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival. That's a whole day of school where you get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. Sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Oh my god. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica. That's not how you say my name at all. Also, the jokes make no sense in translation. In translation? Monica, you know too much. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me, where's Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori's sitting at a desk in the the room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, sorry. I wave my hand in front of her face. Eh? You're spacing out again. I'm sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everybody else. Huh? Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming. Please, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright. You say so. She's abnormal right now. Is something okay? Something wrong? I don't know why I said it's something okay. Is something okay? I heard that apparently Sayori gets deleted. So what if she's slowly being deleted right now? That would be pretty interesting. I wordly glance at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else. The conversation has already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori or is. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica. Her Majesty, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into a little too much. She's a little downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica appears around the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there is something in her mind, but I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Your Majesty. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She always talked to me about things that bothered her. This time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask you if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just had a hard time bringing up with a person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I've seen that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Your Majesty. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know? She's been so much happier since you've joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it has always been. You're so funny, Your Majesty. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her so cheerful? Because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, but you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaninglessly. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. But she's keeping her voice so quiet I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. You know, Sayori told me not to worry about her, to have fun with everyone else. But that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now that I feel like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything's back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve the poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Should I show my poem to first? Here's Sayori. This is your best friend so far. It's really nice, Your Majesty. Thanks. Sarah, you've been a little quiet today. Everything alright? Of course! Everything is fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today. Do you want a nap or something? No, that's silly! Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face. Well, alright. Hey, Your Majesty, I'm still a little surprised. I really thought you'd try writing the poems like the way Yuri does. Or even Natsuki. But in the end, yeah, I guess you're the one who likes this the most. Why? You don't want to get closer with everyone else? Wait, of course I do. But that doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them. I still understand you the most, Sayori. And you have to sometimes put up with me. and I have to sometimes put up with you, but we have a wavelength or something. This is how the poem came out. Sometimes I feel like you're the only exciting thing in my life. So sometimes it's just easier to write about thinking than thinking about you. Sayori? No, Your Majesty, I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden. If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. Sayori, I glance around the room to make sure nobody has noticed this. Sayori, I probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what cheer you up. Sayori shakes her head. She sniffles, keeps her shaking her head. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on the smile. It's nothing, Your Majesty. Just a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to see that. I promise it won't happen again. Just smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori. Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. Kinda sus. Who should I show my poem to next? Natsuki. This one's alright. Alright. Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's, anyway. I see what you're going for, but it's just not really my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm mostly just glad that you're trying a little bit. Well, of course I'm at least trying. River, Finley. Why aren't you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? Eh? No, gross. It's not like I care. It's just that one of us in this club had to make sure you're not slacking off. Really? Well, if that's... What if you ended up scaring me away? It's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I had to put up with you. Gah! Natsuki's elbow connects with my stomach. Well, maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. It was just joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too. What the hell do you call that a joke? That seriously hurt. Maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should really just wash my mouth around Natsuki. Anyway, Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing even happened. Beer Beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place and beach for us to go. Shore reach and beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with bright light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. The walls in your mind, third eye. I'll be at the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be at the beach that you daydream about each day. Be at the beach that makes your heart leap in a way that you thought you'd left long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams, and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea, and let me see you shine. Leave your memories in a footprint trail, set you free, my windy sail, and remember that the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be at the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be at the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be at the beach that makes your heart leap. I'll be in a way you thought that you'd left long ago. But if you left me by my side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. Yeah. Felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kinda hard to write anything negative about the beach. She decided to write about the beach first, and then came up with a message later. Yeah, well, it's not because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we kind of wrote about the same thing, she wanted to pick a topic and have us both write it out. Can really start her doing that too, making us write about simple topics and trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of more football too. There's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was a good practice. I've never talked this much before. Alright, Yuri next. Well done, Your Majesty. You've definitely improved your writing over the course of these few days. Has my advice been helpful for you? Yeah, definitely. I'm glad. Sharing her writing like this, it's a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. I need to remember to thank Monica. I think we all felt a little awkward at first, but now it seems like everyone is enjoying sharing the writing and seeing what others think. I guess I can't really disagree. I was afraid this whole thing would be a chore. But it's a great way for me to spend some personal time with the girls in the club. But it's been fun getting to know everyone in their writing. And I guess doing some things myself. Well, have you learned anything about yourself, Your Majesty? Eh? But you know how I like to say that writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself. In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer. Even my opinions are just opinions, you know. As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. That's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Eh? Why me? Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. Is that so? Yuri thinks for a good minute. That must be terrible. Eh? For me to have become someone whose opinion is so unlikable of me. Yuri, it's not as much to make it sound in your head. I just meant that I have respect for your opinion. I see. I'm sorry that I was come to this sort of conclusion first time. I'm just a little too used to it. Overthinking? Being disliked. Yuri. What am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on. Alright. You want to share your poem now? Okay. Here. Beach. Oh my god, that's funny. A marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of Earth meets the surface. Under a clear blue sky, an expanse of bliss, but beneath gray rolling clouds, an endless enigma. Easiest to get lost in is one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet. But when the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations until you give in, or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? An eye, you say? In the blink of an eye, you say? An eye? I'm looking too hard into this, aren't I? Either way, the outcome is the same. Yet we still build sand castles. I'm still taking that. It's an eye. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle yet powerful. Therapeutic. Gentle but powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foaming tentacles. Turn back, and I abandon my peace to erode at the shore. To fort, and I return to Earth forevermore. The doorbell. I'm aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it. Yeah, Natsuki already told me about it. She did? She didn't say anything weird, did she? She just wanted us to write about the same topic again. It's supposed to better compare the differences in our writing styles or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Oh, I thought they said not. I laughed. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she wants to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. Well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. Bringing it up makes you seem like you care. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. And now Monica. Hi, Your Majesty. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing. Performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give this some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It'll also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. Monica, take the poem I'm holding into my hands. It's kind of funny. How so? No, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poems and Sarah have been getting more and more similar to each other each day. I'm surprised you're in so sync with her. Then again, you've been spending a lot of time together lately, haven't you? I guess you could say that. Although we kind of grew up as best friends, I haven't been seeing as much of her this past year. Since I joined the club, we've been spending a lot of time together again. I see. That reminds me about how Sayori's been a little bit off today. Yeah, did she tell you something? Well, Your Majesty, you haven't been flirting with her, have you? Of course not. I've been treating her like I was doing. Alright, just making sure. I know how much you care about her. It would be terrible if something bad happened to her, so keep an eye on her. It would be terrible if something bad happened to her. I'm looking too much into this club, like, still. Sayori's been acting so much happier ever since you joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden? Oh, you know, Monica, you know. Well, never mind. This really isn't the time to be talking about this. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather. Lost adrift to the sky, victim of the currents of the wind, victim. Day after day I search. I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, and all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains. The last dim star glittering in twilight sky. Legend, eh? Till one day the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall and fall and fall even more. Gentle as a feather, a dry quill. Yeah, that's just the way she writes it. Expressionless. But a hand catches me beneath the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The hand of a beautiful lady. A lady who knows everything, knows what I'm thinking. Like putting something on the, putting those weird little things on the brain, or not the brain, the skull or whatever it is, or body parts, in order to know what you're thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I find every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. The third eye, impossible? I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. The third eye. Maybe she's just being like, the third eye does not exist. Stop trying to find it. Torturing us. With a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I have never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical, because if we all had the answers, wouldn't the word start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. Seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? If everything was okay, we wouldn't really have... Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Oh yeah, that! Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid that it's not good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, I want you to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it'll make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a sec. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now? Eh? Something did sound a bit unusual, that's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when you're dressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez, why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe. Like, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. Seems you're right. So, Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she off to anyway? I said she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. She actually wasn't feeling too well at home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. No! First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Huh? That curious expression coming from Yuri, of all people. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier, and everything is fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparation, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes, and we might need a lot of them in different flavors. Can you handle that by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. As for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the portrait pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can, guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know? Now Natsuki's talented too? Jeez, even I can tell now. Guess I'll admit, I never gave Sayori enough credit, but now I can tell things are even harder when she's not around. That may be the case, but if I also could be the leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So, Yuri, You have beautiful handwriting, no? So you should make some banners and decorations to help to set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that, I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk and focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great! You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Your Majesty, the one who is truly useless. Don't say that. Oh, the one that's truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks ahead of them. We'll probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. Could always help me out as well. Be really appreciative of that. Is Mona suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? Or are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I can give you. It's not like Monika's going to give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle baking on your own. Your Majesty might ironically only making us to be a nuisance. So therefore, we may be more suited to assisting with decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard can it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like we're just making up for excuses for Your Majesty. What are you saying? It would be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? And what do you say? Guys, let's settle this down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Your Majesty to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? I'm sure he's interested in. You literally just said, I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I'm just saying no. Jeez. Can we just settle this already? Yeah. Your Majesty, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. Guess I'm going to go with... Sure. I mean, if it's going to be any... for helping Sayori. I mean, we're already neighbors. But Monika said that Sayori was helping her. Jeez. You really hate us that much? No! Sorry, I didn't mean to do this difficult. Just think of the clip, okay? Well, I'll probably be the most useful helping of Yuri. Me? Are you serious? Why would you... Natsuki, I can already tell that you're about to say something mean. No, I was just saying... So you'll be helping Yuri then, Your Majesty? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So why was Monika so excited for me to help her? She hasn't been excited at all for me to hang out with her so far. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sorts of things. So I think your assistance will be very useful. That's great to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle the baking yourself? I mean, yeah. I already said I would be fine. Okay. Everyone can tell that Natsuki is feeling a little sour. So, is that everything we need to go over? Yeah, that should be about it. Are you guys excited? Well, excited may not be the right word, but I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way, Your Majesty? Me? I guess you could say I'm a little interested in how it turned out. That's good enough for me. How about you, Natsuki? Natsuki? What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. No, that's not what I meant at all. Yuri anxiously glances between everyone in the room. I'm so sorry for this. I don't really know why Your Majesty picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They really go well with my tea. Nothing that I do for the event will compare to that, so I get it. I'm kinda surprised though. But why? Well, I'm the one acting sure I already know that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden. I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monika and I are also taken back by Yuri's words. And she already has trouble with words. Trying to cheer someone up might be far out of her own comfort zone. But I begin to understand. You're always trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. No, I kinda appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing. But I'm going to say this. You better bet that my cupcakes are going to be the best part of the whole event. I believe you. Yeah. I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Alright, let's get out of here then. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monika and Natsuki out the doors. Maybe doing a whole round of this wasn't a good idea, because my voice hurts. I've been doing this for a couple hours now. And I start to follow Monika and Natsuki out the doors. They chat between each other. I turn around. Sorry, I realize I don't have any way to contact you this week. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think that would be best, yes. Alright then. Yuri and I exchange phone numbers. Okay. Then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. Eh? My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought I would be the one going to your house, since I'm the one helping you. I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I would prefer going to your house. Alright. In that case, it won't be a problem. I decided not to press Yuri for a reason. It's not like it should matter either way, so I'll just need to make sure my room is clean. I hope I manage to take care of make myself useful somewhere. I'm not nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, Your Majesty. I think that will make a very productive team. Even if you only chose me because you felt bad or something. Wait, you don't actually think that, do you? I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason that you have chosen me. You're forgetting the one reason that with the most common sense. I chose to help you because that's what I wanted to do. But Yuri thinks to herself with an extremely tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking, right? I didn't realize. I'm telling you, I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She looks straight into my eyes for a moment. I believe you. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. And I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, I am too. After the exchange, I make my way out the door and Yuri follows. I can't believe this. Yuri's going to be coming to my house on Sunday, even though I've preferred to do this with Sayori. My anxiety still shoots through the roof. I guess I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point. But who knows what might end up happening when we're outside of school. She even told me she was looking forward to it. I shake my head. I do feel nervous that Sayori finds out about this. It's not like we feel that way about each other. It's not like Monica said. This is about the club. I have nothing to worry about. If I just go with it, then I'll have a good time. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Yuri is clearly an introvert and also an intimate person in general. There's no doubt she'll open up a little bit when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've been texting occasionally. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. Before putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left club the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind, between what Sayori said and what Monica said. Is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I decide to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we were family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's very strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom where I finally find her. Sayori? Hi, Your Majesty! I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It's been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now. If you came over more often, it would be such a mess. It's because I ended up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over to visit? Aren't you supposed to see Yuri today? Yeah, but... Wait, how did you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided the lesson. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep information about the festival preparations, right? Oh, that's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course! I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything, so it's just me and Yuri then. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just want to see how you were doing after you left on Friday. When something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Your Majesty. Eh? Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Sayori? I grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I knew something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this, so tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You're really putting me in a trap, Your Majesty. But you're on. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're really just going to make me say it, aren't you, Majesty? I guess I have no choice this time. Thing is, I had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. Or reasons to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am. Why do you go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Or make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. That's why I just want everyone to make everyone happy without anyone worrying about me. Bro, same. I know what you mean. Depression is hard. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Why, Sayori? Why is it that you've never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you, even if there's only so much that I could do. I would have tried a little bit harder to make your every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Your Majesty. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you'd have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. Bro, I feel this all the time. This is hitting a little too close to home. I should have listened to the warning, but now my voice is sore. And I'm depressed again. Extra depressed right now. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided that the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need you to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Your Majesty, there's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could help me hope is if everyone could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the litter club because I was selfish, and I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here, and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. That's why I'm going to accept these punishments, because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time I pull her into a tight embrace. Your Majesty, Sayori, I don't really care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then it's just a bonus. But please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Your Majesty, Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Your Majesty, Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want for her is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything that you need me to do, then you better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings or Majesty. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain, but your hugs are so warm, and that's really scary too. Sayori lets me go. As she does so, I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow. Yeah. It's going to be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't! Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It'd be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm sorry, I don't know if it'd be very good for me today. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand, but I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I look forward to it. I need a water break or I'm gonna lose my throat. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I do feel it. I'm really close to being done with this though. Just one round. This is really long and my throat's hurting. Say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. It is hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri is about to come over too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and I shouldn't be worrying too much. Everything's fine. And we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri? Ah! Thank goodness. You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time? No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and heard you more on my way home. I suppose that's true. I didn't think of it for some reason. It'd be more common sense to do that, but I decided to do it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right. I'm sure it will be fine. I take Yuri to my room. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious. It's so clean. I cleaned it before you came over, so... That's very considerate of you to do. No. It'd be really embarrassing. I would be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean. That would have been even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there. I snatched Yuri's wrist, which was in the process of opening a desk drawer. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine, it's fine. I look over Yuri's wrist. She puts both of her hands firmly in her lap, as if making sure she's keeping track of them. So, should we get started? What's in the drawer? Yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements. You know, mood lighting, yeah. Aromatherapy candles. Oh wow. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far. Of course. I want to help take our guests to a faraway place. Although many will stop by just out of curiosity, or cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more. It's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person. Huh. Intense? I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually. Is that so? It makes me feel relieved. And kind of happy. Pia, no need to be so anxious. You can relax a little. One sec. Be right back. Short for a moment. Yeah, and then I will come back, finish this. I'm gonna save this actually. Override it. Yes. Return. Okay, bye guys.